Now, if you guys are wondering, at some point this summer in the future, once I finish my little internship job, I will possibly make a video on how to make a fully functional tool wall, tables, saw table, like completely transform all of this into a fully fledged workshop. A video will come out with this, and I'll be showing the teardown process, the cleanup process. We might just epoxy the floor. Well, concrete grind it and epoxy the floor because this floor is disgusting. But this is the main thing that I need to work on down here is basically just cleaning up this place. I started a little, but all of this here is going to go, and it's all going to be replaced with like 2x4s, 2x6s, and 3/4 inch ply. 2x8s, 2x2s, 4x4s, that kind of stuff. Basically, fence post wood is a 4x4. That's what it is. Basically, this place is going to get a major cleanup. We still have to fix this problem. We've had this problem for so many years now. I don't remember when it started. We have a problem with our gutters where water comes down here. The water came down here so much that the ceiling actually fell down. This is actually a piece of what our ceiling actually looks like in here. It's basically drywall and sheetrock and cement board. If anyone has anything on how to read for a gas meter, please tell me down in the comments below because I actually really need to know how to read this. Now, I don't know how long this hole has been here, but this thing is just a mess. We have a pretty bad spider problem down here. So basically, right above here and all the way across to here, to right where this laundry chute begins, is our bathroom. And well, when our toilet overflowed, we kind of collapsed our ceiling because water kind of dripped through right here. This used to be a shower, actually. It actually kind of still works. See, it's all plugged up. Water can't escape through here, through this, because it was all painted over. Some point I'm gonna fix that so we can use this as maybe like a decon shower or something. Like if you've been working like the mud all day, you have to give yourself a quick rinse off like down here so you're not walking all the way upstairs tracking mud all over the house. At some point I'll make a tutorial on how to install AC units in your windows. Furnace and air conditioning videos. It's a possibility. And at some point I will record a video on how to change your sewer system. Well, your outside sewer system for your house. Right now, just to check my filters because some of these things are getting dirty. When your filters are getting like this dirty, like it's not that big of a problem. But when they start getting dirty like this, well, not this one in particular. Because in your furnace, the air flows this way. Yeah, because your furnace is here. You have an indoor blower motor that is pulling air out of the building and pulling air out and in. So it pulls air out of the building, well, your house. This is how you like can close vents in your house somewhere. This is your water heater. Every so often you're gonna want to flush the water heater. Every so often. I'd say once or twice a month to check your furnace and AC filters. Because if you don't check them every so often a month, it will end up backing up over time, and like you'll have very stuffy air in your house. And if you have like a weak air conditioning and furnace unit like we have, the thing to do if you have too many vents in one room, close off the one of the vents. So if you have 2 vents in one room, close off just one. So then you can get heat going all the way to the top floor. This is a project that is going to be finished this year sometime. I don't know when, but this thing was necessary. It's basically a way to stop water from filling up a basement. We're going to also post a video when we get to this point of how to install a sub pump by yourself in your own basement to stop water from backing up, because some houses, I don't know how many of these houses do, some houses have this problem where water just likes to come down behind the wall and into the basement, come down right where the concrete meets the ground, come into the basement, and basically just sit there. We've had this problem for a while where our sink pipe has been leaking and destroying our ceiling. I'll also come out with a video on how to clean your tub, or really your jacuzzi, because this thing gets nasty sometimes. I will also come out with a video at some point a few years from now. I will come out with a video on how to change a deck without the use of a giant decking company, all by yourself. Tools you can rent at your local hardware store like Home Depot. Also, I will come out with a video soon. This one might be coming out soon on how to basically clean out your wood, basically because we just figured out where our property line is, so how to get rid of all this with a chainsaw, a stumper, and a chipper, all of that in a video that will last over a few days. I'm still new to the editing process in the YouTube platform, so I'm not good at editing, so that's what friends are for. You can also ask your friends to help you. Now, this is a good thing to have in your house. Even though it costs a lot of money, here's the name for it. You really want this type of thing in your house because it basically well, if you guys didn't know, it's an air purifier. It clears up your house from dust and such. It's a great thing to have. Now, if you guys didn't know this, in your chimney, there is such thing as an ashtray collector. So any ash that comes off the wood will basically fall down there and funnel into this giant ash trap. I will show you. This thing basically saves you some of the cleanup work. Right over here is our ash trap. Ash trap. This thing has never been emptied. This is what it will look like. It collects a lot of ash from your fireplace if you've never cleaned it out. So the best thing to do is to clean it out every so often if you use your fireplace, so you don't get congested with a lot of, so your fireplace ash trap doesn't get congested with a lot of ash from the burnt wood. And so, yeah. I will come out with a video on how to change lawnmower blades at some point. How to extend and shrink your table. That's a possibility. Some point, I don't know this yet, I have to confirm with my parents, but at some point, I will make a video on a kitchen transformation. Because I got the idea from the YouTube channel, Mr. Build It, on like how to rebuild your kitchen all by yourself with no help from any company. I'd like to thank Mr. Builder for giving me the idea. I'll link one of those videos. I'll link his kitchen video down in the description below. So best appliance in your house to have, this is just on my opinion, but for something such as Samsung stuff, Samsung fridges, they're nice because you have a fridge right here and your control panel. This is the model name. I have fridge here. I'll come with a tutorial, I don't know if I can yet, on how to link your phone to the fridge. Now, Flex Zone would be this thing. You can basically store like stuff that you just like dairy, meat, like cold cuts, eggs, butter, and tortillas in here. You can also store wine, deli, beverages, and meats. You have to really like press and hold this thing to change the settings. Now, freezer here. It's a nice drawer freezer. You can store big bulky items here. Smaller items can go on top here. You have your water, cubed, and crushed ice, which goes in from here and here, which this thing can actually come out if you ever needed to. So this is really what it looks like. Your water tap comes from here. So like goes there, goes in the fridge, I think. Yes, it goes up here, connects here in this junction box somewhere. There's a lid here. Then it goes down through the fridge, gets cooled in the fridge, and comes out the back. You have your freezer, your door alarm, and water ice. Dispenser lock. You have to hold this for 3 seconds. Here, I'll actually show you. Now, if you try and press this, it won't work. This is a great thing when you want to clean it. so you're not having water just spritz out all over this thing when you want to clean it. To unlock it, you just gotta hold it for another 3 seconds, and then you're good to go. This is the water filter. If you want to replace the water filter, if you don't have a valve for your water line, if you are willing to shut off your house's water supply, change the filter, and go on ahead. But I really suggest find a water line valve for your fridge so you can turn it off at the water supply. Because if you don't, you try to put the filter in when the water's still running, you're gonna get a lot of pressure coming back. So you want to use this thing, replace the filter when there's no water coming to the fridge, which means house's water shut off, or you install a shut-off valve at the fridge. Another great piece of Samsung tools is the Samsung electric oven range. It's called a range for a reason. Now you can use this thing on the SmartThings app. This as well comes with the SmartThings app. This is what you really need. You need this app here. You need SmartThings app. You need some good Wi-Fi, and then if once you buy this oven, there's this little tag this whole tag here will come with it. So when you're ready, you open the SmartThings app. You have to do where it says scan barcode. You have to press that. You have to go to where it says devices. Press the plus button. Press add device. Then when it's finished loading, go where it says scan barcode. You scan this, and then you have to, once it connects to the oven, you have to hold the smart control button for 5 seconds so that it will basically locate, so your phone will connect to the oven. And you have to wait for a little bit because it's gonna like actually get information to connect to your phone. Other thing is, with this type of oven, you can do air fry with this one and regular baking. There is bake, roast, bake, broil, air fry, keep warm, breadproof. Now, breadproof is a way you can make, basically, once you've mixed all the pizza dough together, you can press breadproof, start it, it's at 95 degrees. It's basically gonna help you with, it's basically gonna make the bread rise. And then you got warming center, which is right here. This thing is the warming center. This, you can choose the level of this, so level. This will heat up, so you can keep food warm. You have 4 stoves. This one is a 3-burner, 2-burner, 1. You can use your alarm clock, lock the door. There's steam clean, there's self-clean. Use self-clean when you're in summertime and you'll be out of the house for a while, because when you use self-clean, it is going to smell very bad if you're in the house. Self-clean, it basically heats the oven to max temperature. It uses max temperature to burn everything out. So all this was from a previous self-clean. All that gray stuff's from a previous self-clean. It will basically turn all of this to ash. And you want to clean that out. It's good. So once it's done with max temperature, cools down enough, this fan pulls out the heat from the oven so that it cools itself down by the fan. So you wait for it to be done. The door is locked, so you can't open it when it's self-cleaning. Once the door unlocks, you gotta wait for the oven to cool down completely. And then you basically clean out all that ash. That's all you have to do. Now, At some point, you can expect a video on me transforming my house attic to like a fully fledged room. Because this is the house I want to live in for the rest of my life. I like the house, family house. Video's gonna come out where I'm gonna transform that attic. It's possible I'm gonna bring my best friend and a few other friends of mine that can help with this. At some other point, I'll reveal their names later. But I'm basically going to transform the whole attic, make it a living space. So like you can basically it's a giant room where you can basically live in it. It's a giant room. It's not sectioned off. Right now we have a squirrel problem, so it lives up there. So squirrels live in there. I will also make a video on how to change gutters by yourself. How to fix your AC unit, air conditioning, if it trips offline. Possibly changing a thermostat. Now, I don't know if this is official yet. I'll make a video on driveway changing. I don't know if it's official yet. Garbage truck just came here, but at some point, I'll make a video on the process of buying cars, designing cars, going through like emails, going through the buying process. I'll explain that because there's a lot of paperwork involved. A lot. If you're wondering what that noise is in the background, I'm watching the movie Unstoppable. Yeah, I'll put in a video at some point, either this year or next year, on the buying and creating process of a Jeep. And probably 5 years from now, the process of creating and buying an F-150 Lightning, Ford F-150 Lightning. And as well, if you may or know when this is, maybe this year, next year, or 2 years from now, the buying process of a Ford Hybrid Maverick. This is a truck they came out with this year. No, last year is when they came out with this. My neighbor got his in, I'd say, no, September. That's when he got his. As well as drop a comment below. This is a truck he wants to get rid of. He said he wants to sell it. Drop a comment below if you're willing to buy it, to fix it up. It's a really good truck. It's an F-250 Super Duty. It needs new tires, new exhaust. I don't know about the engine, but it won't start for some reason. If you're willing to buy this, drop a comment below. And make sure to subscribe so I can give you updates on this. If no one buys it, I'll try and you're gonna have to probably find this on eBay at some point. I don't know when, but at some point, if you want the truck, you're gonna have to find it on eBay. If you want to know what the truck looks like, look for a shed that looks like this in the background. In the garage, it looks like that. And in the backyard, looks like that. So yeah, look out for that. I will also be possibly at some point doing a live stream for VR games once I get my link cable, and if necessary, if we ever have a severe weather night, do a live stream for severe weather. Like what possibly would happen, what it looks like from my house's point of view and my point of view, like what outside looks like what's like at this house to do it. Because I mean, the one thing you're going to want, as a matter of fact, I'll explain that in the next video of how to prepare yourself for a severe weather event.